This organization, its survival, and the fact that it has become the strongest political voice in this country is due to this comrade and to the comrades around him.
If peaceful negotiations will result in the formation of a united, democratic, non-racial and non-sexist South Africa, we are not only willing but ready to enter into such negotiations.
And we must not be deceived about who is our friend and who is our enemy. If we are deceived, we'll go wrong.
OR. Listen to the praise poet. This is to find a way to wish you a peaceful sanitary wherever you are. We hope in the African sky as we speak and everywhere else where your spirit desires to reside or preside. OR. Listen to the praise poet.
Rolling footsteps of workers or rubber wheels sliding on gravel or tar. The masses are giving their sweat and lives. They have died in senseless wars, those First and Second World Wars, men at war, women and children, lives emptied by bombs and mortar, raging rifles and machine guns, or chewed to suit in furious furnaces which the civilized pretend never ever happened. Nochal, look at the liberation wars. Could we not have talked right at the beginning? To each other as do birds when they chime and mate in trees, signifying wild love in little hearts, to bear the quality of their species in time to come, having taught those with soft beaks the mystery of the weaving nests. Licked by flames at primary and high schools, worst still at universities, youth and students, young men and women on the march, academics and intellectuals, organic and conventional, all in and out of halls of knowledge from communities and dead thirsty like a lean and mean jackal searching the drought-parched earth, scorched and cracked by the heat of the merciless sun. How do we become eyeball to eyeball with you, OR? This generation with you, you taught us 100 years of a focused and educated fight for freedom, for it to forever be the heartbeat of the movement, calling, whispering, seeking ways and means for us to all know, Batu, Botu, Bili. OR, this credo which molded future fighters skilled to walk the highways. Ask Masisulu, for she was there. Young middle-aged mother, freedom fighter, stalwart exits at elder age. You did, Masisulu. In your silent looking, observing with a keen eye, you groomed young women. You, together with the female stalwarts, shaped the movement to speak of women. They issued you from as the sun does from the horizon between the earth and the heavens. If you ask your peers, OR, these women, these young women with backbones as hard as steel but pliable as worms, all of you would agree. One by one, the years piled up from the past, a time that is as still as these mountains of Mbizana, where the breeze embraces the stoic hills under the white clouds and the overbearing blue skies, where the rolling landscapes forever tempt the eye to walk them. Here where songs of peasants were sung, have been sung, and are being sung, here and now, as they intertwine the mathematics of the bow and the arrow, and stick-wielding sticks and fighting spear in hand, they are intertwined into a myriad of myths of gods and men. Under the watchful eye of the clouds and skies, as peasants dwell here, so the Khoi and San sought refuge in days gone by, in the veins, in the being, in the blood of those who would come to live here. The Khoi and the San did not seek centuries, sought a life lived simply rich. They too are intertwined in a myriad of myths, never to die. We hard as the rocks of the hills which have been witnessed to it all, the bloody wars here and then, the creation of the spirit, utterly convinced that life must be lived. Look at the dwellings which seem as if to tip over. They are yet here, they stand against the great odds, their spirals of time shaped through the quiet singing creation of peasants' hands, even fields of food emerged from the soil and the land. After all, they who lived here knew that life begs nothing. It is not a favor to live it, and so they shaped knowledge and life and living and songs and beliefs. They live in time, time lived in them. OR, how dare the land be left so loveless and lifeless and fallow in Mbizana? What does that mean? The peasants once eked, living and lived blossom lives from their bare hands, and in it will from simple tools purporting to be machines, and we were not afraid to share the land with others. Here we gave out the land that long time ago, and knowing that so doing we build the future, stated here a school to be built, declared here that a church to be constructed. Said here, build yourself a home, but that did not mean, and must not mean, and will not mean a home for these and not for those. Phila Ndwandwe, if we were to follow you step by step after you were captured alone, abducted by men who had dubbed you no one's child, as your eyes and theirs met and their words reached your ears and your heart, what is it that you summoned within you as the smell of their deodorant reached your nostrils, as they took turns to interrogate you, O child of the people, of the struggle which lingers and lingers as it forever? O you, the daughter of freedom, when the sun left you and the moon and stars left you and deserted you in the hands and minds of these men, caretakers of the most inhuman thoughts, with rot in their beings, as they considered you deserving of hatred and brutality because of their fears, and dubbed you a terrorist and even denied you to wear a panty. How must we South Africans and humanity see you now, when the last thing you could do was to claim the land as your blood, and was snipped by the soil, drips and drops, as they walked you a panty you made out of a plastic? You were bound and forced to kneel. A hole was blasted at the base of your head, here to exit through your forehead, and wherever, Phila, you had seen and felt it all, women, the just short of tearing you apart as if you were a piece of cloth or prey held in paws and teeth of a pack of hyenas, the whip having before then daughter of this land. You held on to the power of the spirit of freedom and put on our lips and tongue the spirit of no surrender. Oh, freedom, oh freedom, ancient on the lips of the human race, finally we will not be betrayed by treachery, for those who are innocent will not hide anymore. It will be spelt correctly, it must be freedom. Alive in life, as all of us seek it, oh, how it has been sought. Oh, Ar, what would you say to us at this hour of history? And what would you do?